In the 1990s, Boston Market was unstoppable. They weren't just selling chicken, they were selling the future of fast food. At its peak, Wall Street hailed it as a billion-dollar miracle. 1,200 stores, billions in sales. Everyone thought Boston Market would crush McDonald's, KFC, and Pizza Hut. But just a few years later, it was gone, bankrupt, buried under $900 million in debt, with only 16 stores left today. So what happened? How does a company go from America's fastest-growing restaurant to one of the fastest corporate collapses in food history? Today, we're breaking down the brutal rise and fall of Boston Market and the one mistake that turned billions into bankruptcy. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more deep dives into the wild stories of business empires, legends, and collapses. The beginning, chicken gold mine, 1985 to 1993. It all started in 1985. Two entrepreneurs, Stephen Kahlo and Arthur Kors, had a crazy, simple idea. What if busy families could pick up healthy, oven-roasted chicken instead of greasy fast food? At the time, no grocery stores sold rotisserie chicken, and fast food meant burgers, fries, or fried chicken. Boston Chicken, the original name, filled a gap nobody else saw. It was healthier, family-friendly, and unique. And it worked. Customers loved it. By 1993, they went public, and Wall Street went insane. Stock prices skyrocketed to $41 per share. Analysts called it the Wall Street darling. Even better, 80% of new customers came back for more. They weren't just a restaurant. They had a cult following. Boston Market looked unstoppable. The fatal mistake, becoming Boston Market, 1995 to 1996. Then came CEO Scott Beck, and a decision that would quietly destroy the company. He changed the name from Boston Chicken to Boston Market. At first glance, harmless, right? But here's the thing, it wasn't just a new name. It was a new strategy. Instead of focusing on their legendary rotisserie chicken, they expanded the menu. Suddenly, Boston Market was selling turkey, meatloaf, ham, and more. But there was a hidden problem. All of those items were chasing the same dinner customers. Instead of expanding into new audiences, Boston Market began competing with itself. Customers who once came for chicken were now split between too many choices. And the results were catastrophic. Customer retention dropped from 80% to just 20%. Kitchen staff couldn't handle 7 main dishes. Food costs exploded. Quality dropped everywhere. The crown jewel, the rotisserie chicken, wasn't special anymore. It became just another item on a bloated menu. Desperate expansion, breakfast, and chaos, 1997. By the late 90s, Boston Market realized things were going downhill. So they made another move, breakfast. Now, the idea wasn't bad. Fast breakfast could have worked. But instead of simplifying, they kept all the failed dinner items on the menu. This left employees overwhelmed, cooking breakfast, chicken, turkey, meatloaf, ham, side dishes, and more. The kitchen was chaos. The food was inconsistent, and the costs kept climbing. The numbers told the truth. In 1997, they reported a $223 million loss. The stock price crashed from $41 to $17 in just 5 months. $900 million in debt piled up. By 1998, the company filed for bankruptcy. McDonald's buys the corpse, 2000. In 2000, McDonald's swooped in and bought Boston Market out of bankruptcy. Not for billions, but for pennies on the dollar. The Golden Arches thought they could use Boston Market's kitchens to experiment with new food formats. But within 7 years, even McDonald's gave up and sold the chain to private equity. And every new owner repeated the same mistake, trying to expand without mastering the core product. Today, Boston Market is a ghost. Once 1,200 stores. Now, just 16 remain, struggling under lawsuits for unpaid wages. Focus or fail. Boston Market's story is a classic case of overreach. They had a great product, massive demand, first mover advantage, but they violated the #1 rule of sustainable growth. Master one thing before adding the next. Instead of doubling down on what made them great, They try to be everything to everyone. And in the process, they lost their identity. As a result, what could have been a next McDonald's became a business school cautionary tale. So for the next time you see a company explode in growth, remember Boston Market. Success isn't just about going big. It's about staying focused. What do you think? Could Boston Market have survived if they had stuck to rotisserie chicken? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more stories of legendary rises and brutal collapses. Thanks for watching.